Hello comrades, Commissar bro here today with Into the Stars. This is going to be an early access review. The game is not finished yet, so these opinions may change as time goes on. Now, I also want to point out that this footage is the same footage from my preview that I did the other day. Unfortunately, my recording software is not working with me today. But I have played the game adequately enough, I feel, to give a pretty good opinion on the game as it stands upon release day, which is today. That's right. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. Now, I guess to sum up my feelings about Into the Star in one word, or at least a few words, I would say it's fucking awesome. For an early access title, this game is an absolute treat. Like, there are problems. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple problems. Again, it's early access. It'll get ironed out as time goes on. But just the product that you're receiving right now is so much fun. It's ridiculous. To give you an idea of what it's like for those who haven't played it, think Starfleet Command. Mix it with Bridge Commander, Star Trek Fleet Commander. Or Bridge Commander, and mix that with Faster Than Light. So you've basically got like this survival simulation roguelike type game, but it's very heavily on exploration at the same time, and going from planet to world, scavenging resources from the planets. As you can see in the video right now, I'm flying up to a planet called Pelia. And I'm gonna, when I get up there, I'm gonna scavenge the resources from the planet, the biomatter, the oxygen, the hydrogen. Every resource has a use. For example, like biomatter is for food, oxygen obviously is for breathing, and then you've got like the hydrogen, which is your fuel for your ship. You can customize your ship at the beginning of the game. There's just a couple of options now. I'm pretty sure they'll add more as time goes on, but there's about 3 options for each category of thing, from the lasers and the torpedoes and the engines and the storage capacity. It's really, really cool. And then you've got, like I said, right now what I'm doing in the video is you can send stuff down on away teams to scavenge find upgraded lasers and stuff like that, because you can actually find new equipable items on planets, or in, like, if you're flying in space and you find another ship, for example, you can scavenge that ship. Now, again, a lot of this is all success stuff. Like, it's basically ratings. Like, each one of your crew members has a specific rating for a specific category. Like, there's mining, there's command, there's medic, there's toughness, there's engineering, and I can't quite remember what the other one was, but there's one more. And basically, each one of those rating levels affects your guys, like when they're trying to do something. For example, if you send someone who's got a 20 on the mining rig, then chances are they're going to get hurt, or it's the mining rig's going to move really slow when you're trying to get resources and so on. And even then, the mining rig is a little mini game, which I'm probably about to show in this video. But like it's a little mini game where it goes down, it drills in and gets you resources and so on. It's actually kind of cool. I like it. It's an interesting way to kind of break up the monotony there. Now, combat. I feel like I'll talk about combat real quick. Combat's actually really cool too, and I didn't show it off very well in this video. The way combat works is essentially you've got lasers, you've got torpedoes, and you've got deflector shields. Now, keep in mind, you have to assign a crew member to each one of those. If you don't assign a crew member to that, then that particular, like, for example, if I have my deflector shields and I don't assign a crew member to the deflector shields, then unfortunately, I can't put up my deflector shields. So that is a huge, absolutely huge disadvantage that you got to make sure that you actually have your guys available and ready to go. But anyway, a lot of these features I've already kind of talked about in the preview. So to basically sum up my feelings about to actually review the game, again, I think the game is a lot of fun. And it really is. It makes you feel like a like an actual Star Trek fleet commander or something. It's really cool because you're on the bridge, you're giving your orders on the bridge. Like like when the combat happens, it actually plays out like something you would see in a Star Trek episode. You can tell undoubtedly these guys were very, very influenced by that idea, and I really feel like that's what they were going for. And Fugitive did a really good job about that. You know, it's very what's the word I'm looking like? Very cinematic kind of feel. Like it's almost like you're kind of watching a movie, you know, with the cut scenes. Like, you know, you just saw the cut scene with the mining rig. You know, every time like you send an away team down to the planet, there's a little cut scene. Now, I can imagine after a couple of playthroughs that getting incredibly annoying. So that might be something that, you know, might want to make skippable in the future. And, you know, but right now, you know, early on in the game, after about 5 hours or so worth of playtime on it, you know, it's not really that big of a deal because all of them are pretty short, so none of them bother you all that much. But like I said, the game itself though, like graphically, is incredibly appealing. The space that you're flying around in is absolutely beautiful. The ship detail is immaculate and it looks great. The character models, while a little stiff, actually look really cool. And I love the effect of like you actually see your officers on the bridge of the ship, kind of sitting there typing on their little keyboards and whatnot, sitting in the chairs and whatnot. That's really cool. I like that. And I also like that, like I said earlier, that you can customize your crew. Like when you're first creating your ship, you can full on customize your crew. And again, with the combat, I actually really like the fact that they added in a little bit more depth in the combat system with the frequency. As you can see now, how there's the red, the yellow, and the blue. Again, when I did this video, I did not know that, but now I do. But essentially, you know, if they have a blue shield up, don't shoot the blue beam, shoot the red beam. If they have the red shield up, shoot the red beam, and so on and so forth. And the same works with like the torpedoes and the lasers. So now that I've talked about a lot of the stuff that I pretty much like about the game, let me talk about a few things that I think could be better. For example, the event system that happens with your crew, like with the actual crew. That kind of bothers me. I get it. It's very simplistic. You know, basically, you have events pop up where essentially someone who has, like, you just want to put in, it's an engineering event. So a bad thing happens with engineering. All right, well, put the engineering guy on it. A bad thing happens with medical bay. Put the medical guy on it. So it's very simple, and that's fine. But I don't know. It's not. I guess the experience, like how they've done so much of a good job with immersing you with everything else, the event system is kind of lackluster. Like pretty much you just complete it, that's about it. And that actually tends to be kind of something with a lot of the events in the game, is you kind of just complete them. There's no additional backstory. There's no like, this is why this was a good thing we solved this problem, aside from just you were losing food or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's being nitpicky, but that is something I would like to see, is maybe a little bit more reward for doing these events. Because I mean, seriously, just in about 15 minutes of gameplay, you'll complete like 8 or 9 of those events and get nothing out of them. Everything in this game is literally working to kill you. So it would be nice to actually have something good happen, I guess. Like, why isn't there any positive bonuses? Like, why, you know, we won a battle, the crew is super happy, like, you know, less food rations for 5 days or something. You know, why don't things like that happen? That would be kind of cool. To kind of make the game feel a lot less hopeless. And that's something else, is the game is super hard. Like, mainly because of the resource management. Everything else is pretty simple and understanding, but your people will go through so much food and so much oxygen in just a few days. I have actually not gotten out of the first area yet, like the first level here, that you're on the way to Titus Nova. I haven't even got past that yet, because it is pretty damn difficult. That's not a bad thing, mind you. That's actually, like, challenge is a good thing, for sure. However, it'd be nice if there was a difficulty level, maybe tone it down just a bit, for those such as myself who are not that good at, you know, like the faster than light type games. However, I guess those are the main things I've had with the game, the main problems I've had, and I'll talk a little bit more about it in my Steam review, which I'll undoubtedly do. But all in all, this game is totally worth your money. It's a hell of a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it, and I hope you guys can support Fugitive Games. This has been Commissar, bro, and I will see you next time.